Okay. These are my daughters. These are my visual aids for this. This is Gabriella and this is Sophia. They both play soccer. They're really great soccer players, and they hope to possibly play in college someday and maybe even go on to higher levels. So when I told them that women make significantly less money than men do on the U.S. soccer teams, what do you think they thought about that? Gabriella, what did you think about it?
It's definitely not fair.
Definitely not fair. Sophia, what did you think about it?
It's not fair.
Not fair. Okay, thank you, ladies. So, I wanted to talk to you about, if you all remember just a couple years back, when the U.S. women's soccer team took a stand on equal pay, and they filed a complaint against the U.S. soccer for wage discrimination. The 2015 financial report says, despite the women's team generating nearly $20 million more in revenue last year than the U.S. men's team, the women are paid about a quarter of what the men are paid. So let's be honest. If you have two people of the same sex performing in a sport, and one of the athletes' performances is far superior to the other, then you would consider the more superior athlete getting paid higher, right? Makes sense. In fact, that's what we see across the board in professional sports. Certain athletes are paid higher, and others, based on their performances and records. So why, when the U.S. women's soccer team was generating so much more money and had better performance, were they getting paid so much less than the men? I would think most of us would look at these statistics and agree it doesn't seem fair. So I'm going to just throw out some numbers for you. The pay for playing in the World Cup is really different, okay? So according to the figures that they show, the U.S. women received a team total of $2 million when it won the World Cup last year in Canada. That seems like a lot of money. Yet when the U.S. men played in the World Cup in Brazil in 2014, the team earned a total of $9 million, despite being knocked out in the round 16. So the women won the whole thing, and their team won $2 million. The men got knocked out in round 16 and made $9 million. So $7 million more than the women did. As far as bonuses go for men and women's teams, there's a chart I have here. I'm just going to show you the discrepancies in the bonuses. You can see, I'm going to hold this up for you. Remember, this is a rough draft, so this will be better. Let's see, can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. This is from Business Insider from New York Times. It shows the differences in the bonuses that were made from first place, second place, and third place between men and women's soccer teams. I don't know if I'm holding that very well, but that's just a visual to show you how huge of a discrepancy it is. You can clearly see there's literally hundreds of thousands of dollars difference between the men and women and what they received. So to me, no matter what way you look at it, that's kind of a problem. One more statistic I'll throw at you is the U.S. women's team won $2 million from the organization for winning the tournament last year. The German men's team collected $35 million after they won in the 2014 World Cup. That's from CNN Money. That was the report from CNN Money. 35 million versus 2 million. So you see these huge discrepancies. It's quite large and it's quite obvious. This is an issue that crosses into all different types of careers and different cultures, but for the sake of time, we are just specifically talking about soccer today. Equal rights and equal pay have been an ongoing battle for a long time, and now people are fighting more and more to make it change. So I want to read a quote to you from Hope Solo. She was the U.S. team's goalkeeper, and her quote is, "In this day and age, it's about equality. It's about equal rights, it's about equal pay, and we are pushing for that. We believe now the time is right because we believe it's our responsibility for women's sports and specifically for women's soccer to do whatever it takes to push for equal pay and equal rights and be treated with respect." So I just want to finish by saying I have a son and 2 daughters, and I want to raise them in a world where you would get rewarded for how hard you work and not whether or not you were born as a male or a female. I want them to go far in life because of their passion, their hard work, their discipline, blood, sweat, and tears, how hard they study to make themselves better. And I don't want their wage that they make in this life to be based on whether or not they're a male or a female. So I hope that this drives the point home. Thank you so much.